Hello, Taurus. Hello, my bull gang. How are you? Thank you so much for collecting here. I appreciate you. Thank you for your clicks and your views. So if you are someone who's never been here before and you're just tripping over 10 of Cups Tarot for the first time, welcome. I hope that you'll say hello in the comments. If you decide to stay, there is a subscription button down there in the bottom right-hand corner. So if you decide to stay, that would be great. If you don't and you just give me your click and your view today, I'm going to be grateful for that. And maybe I'll see you when I come through your feed again. Here we go, Taurus. We are just going to use one deck today. We are going to look at current or future energy. Please remember this is a general reading and it's not going to resonate with everybody. And I don't intend to read for the past. Let's find out what's coming up for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. I do come back here a few times a week, Taurus, to give you readings, bonus reads, because you just eat up my readings so fast. I'm just trying to stay ahead of you a little bit. That's all it is. I appreciate you so much, though. Thanks for doing that. All right. Tell me about Taurus. What's coming up for Taurus? The bull gang, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or Jupiter? What is coming up here? Tell me what's going on with Taurus. Let's go and find out what's going on for Taurus. Why are we starting with the Three of Cups? Oh, sorry, the Three of Swords, not the Three of Cups. Maybe we'll see the Three of Cups, though. We do have the Three of Swords. Why is that? Taurus, we have the Two of Cups. Somebody is feeling heartbroken over love. And so it does feel like somebody has been possibly waiting. Either you've been rejected or you've been waiting or it's not arriving, or maybe you're single and you don't want to be single. Tell me why the Two of Cups is here. Why is the Two of Cups and the Three of Swords here, please? The Page of Pentacles. Why is the Page of Pentacles here? Because of the Ace of Pentacles. So I think you're ready. I think that's what the Page of Pentacles is all about here. I feel like you're ready for a relationship, and I just feel like I want to say that for those of you who are on the apps, I don't think that's where you're going to find your person. I think you're going to find them face to face. So if you're sitting at home, eating snacks, watching TV, that's not the place. It's not the place you're going to meet them. Right, William? So that's not the place you're going to meet them, right? So somebody could break, like it's possible, everything's possible. Someone could break in to date you, but do you really want to date someone who broke into your house, right? All right, we've got the Ace of Wands. Look, there is a new beginning here. So I feel like this is an energy of somebody here, whoever I'm connecting with, that you're heartbroken about the Two of Cups. It's like it's not come around yet, and you don't know why, but I'm going to say to you that you're on the precipice of something. Something is about to arrive. And so we have the Page of Pentacles, which is the face-to-face meeting. It's like something is traveling. And the reason it's so slow is because it's now in the 3D. It's not in the dream state. It's not in the 5D. It's not in the 4D. It's in the 3D. So things in the 3D move slow, my friends. So when I say things are here, things are around the corner, please understand that time here on the earth moves super slow. And so I feel like there is some sort of an investment coming here, or the Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Wands telling me some sort of an exciting new path is about to open here. So I feel like it's maybe something creative, something fiery, something that puts a fire in your heart, the beginning of something super exciting. And I feel like it's opening a door. Like I'm looking at the gate here is opening. So somebody, I want you to know that the gate is opening here. We do have the Two of Pentacles, which tells me that in order for you to, I feel like in order for you to get into this exciting energy here, it's going to require that you make some sort of decision. Now, the decision could be, I need to go out more. The decision could be, I need to be more social. It could be that, but it feels like it is going to lead you to something that is quite exciting. What do we need to know about this exciting path? Tell me about Taurus, please. What do we need to know about the exciting path? We do have the Nine of Wands. So for some of you, before this can show up, there are some burdens that you're still carrying from a past situation. It's time to drop whatever is weighing heavy on you. So it's going to be different for all of you. I won't go into why, but you know, it feels like there is something here with the Nine of Wands and the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands is going to come along, and when the Ace of Wands comes along, you will be able to drop these burdens. I want to say for some of you, it's right around the corner, and because the Nine of Wands is the nines. When we get into the nines, it goes to the tens, and after the tens comes the ace, right? So there is something that is coming that is sort of around the corner. Now, I want to say that some of you are sort of in this energy of giving up. I'm just going to give up. I'm just going to stay home with my snacks and my favorite shows, because I just, you know, it just feels like you're not maybe you're not the pursuer, right? Some people are not the pursuer, and you just are not interested in pursuing anything from here. I feel like you're exhausted. I feel like you've been carrying, it feels like past traumas, or it could be past traumas from relationships, but past traumas, period. I mean, there's whatever is back here. I feel like it's something that you need to drop. And I don't think that, for some of you, I don't think that you're able just to drop it. I feel like maybe you might need some help dropping it. Tell me about the Nine of Wands. We've got the Ten of Swords. Yeah, it's time to let it go. It's time to release it. The Ten of Swords, like, the thing is that a lot of people sit in the Nine, right? They sit in the Nine of Swords, and that's a place that you can get stuck in, because a lot of people don't want to go to the 10, because the 10 is painful. The 10 means I'm going to have to release the chaos. I'm going to have to release the trauma from the past. And some people just don't want to release it, and that's the truth of it. It's like they wear it as a badge of honor. I've made it through all of these things, but it feels like somebody here is going to have to release some exhaustion, some trauma. It feels like there's things from the past here that it feels like you must release before you can move forward here, or before whatever is arriving is going to even have room in your life. Like maybe your soul room is full, right? Maybe your soul room is full and you need to open the door and let some people leave before some people can arrive, which means that you might be still attached to something from the past. And maybe you say, no, I don't want it, but maybe you're kind of still mourning it. Tell me about the Ten of Swords. We've got the Devil. It says release, man. You got to release it. Whatever it is, you've got to release it. So the Devil energy is here. And I feel like for some of you, this is a representation of something in the past, whether it is maybe a job, an old job, maybe something someone said to you that really impacted your life. But it could be a relationship that was toxic. But even though it's toxic and you know that the person is bad for you, you still think about them. You still wish that if things would be different, maybe they could be in my life. So it feels like you must release this, and it feels like it's an attachment to you. It's something that you can't let go of. So I feel like it really is something that you do need to let go of before you can move forward here. And then we have the Page of Wands. And then you get to go on the new path. You see, carrying the Ace of Wands, right? The Ace of Wands is right here. So I do believe for some of you, it's going to be a different situation for all of you, but I feel like it's blocking this for you here. It's like the heartbreak is blocking the love. So it feels like there's a lot of healing that needs to go on here. Somebody needs healing before they can move forward. I think you're ready. You're standing there with the Pentacle and you are ready. But I feel like you're still attached to something that broke your heart. So how do you unbreak your heart, Taurus? Let's find out. It's a song, isn't it? Unbreak your heart. Say that you'll be mine. Oh gosh, who sings that? My brain goes way far back in music. You can tell me if you know. All right, what are you supposed to do? So you have to make a decision. You have to make a decision to drop it, to drop these things here and gain wisdom over it. So for some of you, it's healing that's needed here. It's a healing that's needed, and wisdom, I believe. It's time for you to find your light and realize that if it is always going to be a need, whatever you need is not going to arrive, because you will treat it differently when you need it than when you want it. And wanting it means that you have everything that you need. That means that you're in this Empress energy, Emperor energy. It means that you have the wisdom and all of the balance that you need. You're making your own money. You don't really care if anybody's showing up. I feel like this star, which is card number 17 in the tarot, right? This star energy here is what you need in order to make this decision. You can see that the Hermit is holding out their lamp towards this Judgment. So the Judgment it's kind of like a phoenix rising, right? It's like, I can try this again, but first I must have more wisdom. Because if you don't learn anything from whatever hurt you, if that's a place that you were working, right? We've got Pentacles. If you don't recognize what the problem was and how you can prevent it from happening again, which means that you need to figure out your own cycles, right? Your own cycles and your own patterns. It's just going to happen again. So I feel like the universe's advice here is to say, you can make this decision, but you are going to have to go over all the details. For me as a reader, this is Virgo and Pisces energy. It's resurrection, but it also is the intuitive energy, being practical, going over the details. And I feel like it's healing that is needed before you can go forward here. It's wisdom and it's healing, because the star energy is in that lamp. What else? We've got the World card. Look, we've got some heavy hitters here. We've got some heavy hitters. I feel like that for those of you who want it, for those of you who will admit it, because if you can't see it and you don't admit you have it, then you can't heal it. So for those of you who know that there is this wound that you just can't let go of, I feel like the World card is here saying that if you should get the wisdom, if you should get the healing, if you should spend some time by yourself, really looking at yourself and going over the details piece by piece here, that and making a really big decision to drop this burden of attachment to something. It feels like it's something that was unresolved, and it doesn't have to be love. It can be anything. It can be, I didn't get that loan. I was hoping to buy the house. It could be, I got fired from that job, or I got let go. They laid me off. It could be that. It feels like it's something that's blocking you from love energy, because even though it wasn't love that blocked you back there, it's a block, period, and it permeates through all of your life, right? Through the rest of your life. So the World card says this will be an accomplishment. If you can look into yourself and find out, go into Hermit energy and find out exactly what happened, notice the pattern so it doesn't happen again, the door will close here. You will, in effect, close a chapter of bumping into things and not knowing why things are going wrong, I want to say, right? So I feel like the World card is an accomplishment. It is a milestone, but it's also the closing of a door. And, you know, this is all fixed energy. So it took you a really long time to close the door. What else do we need to know? What else do we need to know about Taurus, please? Got the Six of Cups. Some of you have to close the door on the past. I know that you have a lot of memories with something, someone, a place of work. Something in the past is still weighing heavy on you here. The Six of Cups, why is that? Because the Five of Swords, it could be an argument or a fight. Look, things can get pretty mean when it gets to the Five of Swords, right? It can be, it's more than just conflict or disagreement. Sometimes it's fundamental differences. Sometimes you end up ending a friendship or ending, you know, a relationship with someone in your family because we cannot come to a place where we agree on something. It's like, no, I don't see it that way, and I'm never going to see it that way. So it feels like you had some heat or some words or arguments or maybe a battle, maybe a personal difference, or maybe it turned into like a clash of egos with somebody in your family. Maybe it's a friend, because the Six of Cups isn't always about love. It is about somebody that you've had a long relationship with, or you have some history with. So it could be a brother, a sister, a mother. It could be a friend, of course. But it feels like it's something here that you're still holding on to this energy here because it was something that's unresolved, right? It feels like, well, I won that argument, but at what cost? Because I feel like you're still carrying the burdens of it, whatever it is. Tell me about the Five of Swords. Got the Eight of Wands. It is time to talk. I feel like somebody's got to reach out and nobody's reaching out. It could be for some of you an old connection. We've got the Nine of Pentacles and the Hierophant. It could be an old connection. You went from being in some sort of commitment to being single. It could be that. But I feel like somebody's got to reach out. Somebody's got to shoot their shot and reach out to resolve it. Or I feel like it's something that is stopping you from moving forward and doing the things that you want to do. Now, the World card is the closing of a door. And when the World card shows up, it means that something is about to begin. So you must get to this energy, right? We go from the Fool to the World card. You must get to the World card before you can change anything. You have to close the door on the way you used to be, the way you used to think, whatever these burdens are that you're carrying here. And then we have the Ten of Pentacles. So for some of you, it is about a relationship. It's an old relationship that you can't let go of. Maybe it just ended with a fight and nothing was ever resolved. It could be that. But the Ten of Pentacles isn't only about long-term relationship. It's about longevity. It's about things that are around forever. So I feel like you're still attached to this person in some way. They could be somebody who is now dating a friend of yours, or this could be a family member, because Ten of Pentacles can be family as well. It could be a family member. You can't, some people just don't want to cut off a family member, but it feels like you've had some sort of something that I think that you feel like you won that argument, but now it's caused a rift in the family. It's like it caused people to split and take sides. How do you heal this? Got the Ten of Cups. It's like you have to be happy and confident and by yourself and build yourself. The Nine of Pentacles is about confidence, but it's also building it all by yourself, doing it on your own. It is for some of you, it is entrepreneurship. Maybe some of you are covering up how you feel with working too hard. It could be that. But the Ten of Pentacles is about happiness, but it also is about family, right? So it does more and more feel like somebody here, it almost feels like somebody said something to you, Taurus, and it really, like it really stuck with you. And it really impacted you in a way that's been sort of interrupting a lot of other things that you could be, it's like got you stuck in this place of heartbreak or heartache or disappointment. It's like you really took to heart whatever happened in this argument, and it never was resolved. So maybe you feel like you won the argument, but at what cost, right? It feels like you're now sort of ruminating in this energy here. So this reading might not be for everybody, and I get that, but for those of you who this reading is for, let's pull up these cards, and I want to talk about how you can heal it. What can you do to heal it, right? Because it's not enough to know that there's a problem. Let's find out what you can do to heal the problem. So for those of you who this is resonating with, and I don't care, I don't care if we're talking about family, a job, a love, somebody that you're in separation with, it could apply to all of those things. Tell me what Taurus is supposed to do to heal this wound, because I feel like it is something that you need to release that you've been holding on to. Tell me what Taurus needs to do to heal this wound and release. We've got the Ten of Wands. That's what we're talking about, right? We're talking about you carrying around something that's really heavy. And so this you're carrying around everywhere. You're carrying it to work, you're carrying it to friendships, you're carrying it to love, you're carrying it to every relationship you get into. So whatever was said was something super impactful, and whether it was true or not, it made you feel terrible, and it's been a real mental block for you. And it's also been a block to your to moving forward. This is action, right? The Wands are action. And we have the Two of Cups. So we are definitely talking about some sort of love ship. So the Two of Cups isn't always about romantic love. It's about two people who have love for each other. It does show these two people kissing. It could be romantic love for some of you, but it also could be, if it's not a romantic relationship, it could be someone that you love dearly. So I feel like you're still carrying around some heaviness from that. So tell me what you can do to heal. Oh, something slipped out here. What's this? We've got the Lovers. So probably we are talking about some sort of a love relationship, or maybe it was a decision that you made, because the Lovers is a choice. Could be a decision that you made to walk away and carry around these burdens. How do you heal, Taurus? How are you going to heal, Taurus? Got the Moon energy. You've really got to dig deep. There's some shadow work here. Some shadow work here with the Moon energy. And it feels like it could also be a block to your intuition. This is Cancer and Pisces energy. It feels like it really hurt you deep down. Whatever they said, whatever the problem was, whatever the difference of opinion we had was, somebody got really mean with their words, and it really hurt you deep down. It's hiding somewhere in the darkness here. The Moon is energy that says things are not as they seem. And so I think that you've got the happy face on top, but I feel like there's really some things that you need to dig into here, Taurus. We have the Four of Pentacles. It's causing you to be shut off, shut down, miserly, not sharing your energy, not sharing your time. It's causing you to not be vulnerable. I feel like you're sort of locked somewhere in this Moon energy. You've got to open up. You've got to be a little more vulnerable with your energy here. There's the Nine of Wands again. We've got repeating cards. So you are the wounded warrior here, Taurus. That's what it feels like. We've got the Six of Swords. You've got to move on from it. You've got to move on from whatever it is that really, really deeply hurt you. It's still here in the Moon energy. Now look, you can do that by talking to a friend. I don't suggest you use your friends as a psychologist, but you can do that by talk therapy with a friend, or with a professional, someone who is licensed to do that kind of work. And it feels like you've really got to move away from this feeling of, to me, the wounded warrior is something, it's like you're carrying it around with you, because you don't know who you are should you decide to drop the chaos. Like if I don't have these traumas to explain who I am and how people should treat me. I'm not feeling very well. I kind of have, things that are wrong with my body, or maybe I'm exhausted, or it feels like somebody here needs to move away from the Nine of Wands and feeling like the wounded warrior, identifying as the wounded warrior, which means when someone says, hey, Taurus, how you doing? You're like, well, I have this pain, I have that pain, I have this problem, I have that problem. And so you're identifying with it. It's okay to be the wounded warrior. We all are at some point. And, but I feel like somebody is really identifying it, and it's shutting you off from other people and other situations here. It's because of a rejection. So for some of you, you could be rejected by a love relationship. It could be that somebody rejected you and you're still carrying around the wound. How do you heal from the rejection? We've got the Nine of Cups, we've got the Page of Pentacles, and we've got the Knight of Swords. Again, talk therapy, right? The Knight of Swords is Gemini. That's the one that's a chitter-chattery one, right? It's the one who is like seizing the moment. I'm going to do this, right? And the Page of Pentacles is a brand new start or an opportunity to talk about it. You can be happy again, Taurus. You can be happy, and it feels like it could be like a deep wound. If it isn't romantic for you, it could be somebody like a parent who said something to you, or somebody that you really loved who had a criticism about you. But it feels like it keeps telling me here that it is, if you've experienced some sort of rejection, I feel like you tried to move away from the trauma of it, but I feel like you still feel the rejection. And in order to be happy, I feel like you need to commit to a new opportunity of talking about it. We've got the Three of Wands. We've got the Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, you have to invest in you, Taurus. That's what it is. You need to invest in you. You can stand there all you want and hope and wish that your ships come in. There is a lot out there for you to do, a lot of exciting things that you can participate in, but you have to commit to the Ace of Pentacles. And the Ace of Pentacles is going to change your life. But in order to get to the Ace of Pentacles, first I feel you have to do the Knight of Swords energy. You really have to be aggressive in your healing. And that's when you're going to get this new opening here. This new chapter is going to begin in your life. The last hand we did see the World card, and now we see the Fool. So it does feel like somebody here is having a hard time. It's going to require you being the student. Now, however you do that, I feel like you just need to dig into it. You need to figure out what's going on and find out how you can fix it. Taurus, the Page of Swords is somebody who is the investigator, right? This is Aquarius energy. Aquarius is not okay just knowing that the boat floats. I've said this before. They got to know how much water is there. Why is the boat floating? What's in the engine room? Like they got to know everything, right? They got to know all the details and the facts. And so I feel like the Page of Swords showing up here says you really got to do some digging here in order to get some healing. You really got to do some digging. And that's what will make you emotionally available, because I see you here in the Four of Pentacles and you're holding back. You're holding on to the Nine of Wands, right? Because of this energy here in the Moon energy that hasn't yet been taken care of. All right. And so I think you have an opportunity to do this yourself, become emotionally available here, emotionally intelligent, but it's going to take being in hermit energy. It's going to take wisdom. It's going to take learning, finding your light, figuring out who you are. It feels like somebody here needs to really travel some sort of healing path alone, become full of wisdom and full of, this is a sage, right? This is somebody who, once they learn it, they're going to pass it on. It also is about going over details, and it's going to take a long time to heal. But it does feel like it is possible. I want to say it is possible, but you have to be confident enough to be able to dig into the Moon energy to figure out what's going on. Because even if this is a relationship that didn't go right for you, it feels like you're feeling rejected. So it could be rejection from a parent, rejection from a relationship. You could have been fired or let go. That's rejection. But it feels like it needs to be fixed. And it looks like you really need to dig into it in order to find your healing and your balance here. All right. I'm going to leave this right here. Thank you, Taurus, for coming here and watching. I do appreciate you. I'm going to go for now, but I'll be back because I'm always back. Love you guys. Bye-bye.